Hey everybody, and happy Mother's Day. This is Sunday, May the 11th, and I'm in a wheelchair. Let me see if I can. Yep, I'm back in a wheelchair. I'm just taking this so you can see. I don't know if you can see my foot. Where is my foot? I can't see. Can you see my foot? There's my foot. I hope I'm showing you my foot. The phone's on a little stand. And I'm out in the hallway. And I did go back to the doctor. I went back to where I'd originally gone. And they have referred me to an orthopedic, which I'm hoping to get in to see tomorrow. But I wanted to come on here and let y'all know what's going on, and just to say hey, and to wish everybody a happy Mother's Day. Also to let you know, Debbie is in the hospital. She has been in the hospital since Friday. Her hemoglobin was low, and so she actually went to the hospital by ambulance because she physically couldn't even walk from the bathroom. And me and Max got her back to the bed, and I called 911, and hopefully she'll be able to come home tomorrow. I hate that she had to spend Mother's Day in the hospital. We laughed this morning while we were talking to each other that I was basically on the couch with my foot propped up, and she was at the hospital laying there, and both of us really couldn't do too much. But we still have a lot of things to be thankful for, and I still feel like we are very blessed. So I do want to put that out there. And my son from Connecticut called, and I got to talk to him for quite a while. And then my son here called, and I got to talk to him for quite a while. And of course, Ashley, y'all know Ashley. They bought Cracker Barrel yesterday, and I ate what I couldn't eat yesterday from Cracker Barrel. And yes, I am so cheaty. And she brought in a dozen red roses and some candy, and oh yes, I'm eating the candy. I don't care. I can't do anything else, so I'm going to eat candy. And so I hope each and every one of you had a great Mother's Day too. I'm going to show you a couple of things that I did get in from Amazon. My curling iron that I got is way back in there, and I'm not going to try to get my wheelchair back there to get that, but I did just buy a basic 1/2 inch barrel curling iron from Amazon because my hair is so short, and it is what it, I mean, at least it looks halfway decent. I've done absolutely nothing to it, and so I mean, you know, there's good points to having very short hair, I guess. But I did get two other things, and so I wanted to show you. This one I'm really excited about using as soon as I'm able to get back on my feet. You know, it's funny how there's certain things that you don't really think about doing until you can't do them. And Ashley and John wheeled me out to the back porch so I could go outside. And I actually was able to wheel myself to the front door so I could look outside the front. And I'm just craving being outside because I'm stuck inside. Okay, this is what I got. That's what it looks like. These little applicator brushes, they're silicone. You get two of those. This is by J. Dixon, y'all. And you get two of these. This I'm going to have fun with. 2 sticks, 2 craft sticks. And the instruction manual. I have a lot of little things that I want to do this with. And I watch reviews. And I like some of J. Dixon's products. I really do. I'm not a fan of the resin crate, which y'all know. But I do like J. Dixon's epoxy resin. And I love their colorant for the Eco Pour. Which of course I've told you all this, and I still use their that. But this is the J. Dixon Brush On Silicone Rubber. It cures within 10 to 15 minutes, and you can pour in it. 10 to 15 minutes, and I like the fact that it comes with a little silicone. If you've got something tiny that you want to make a mold out of, you don't need to pour something that deep, and this allows you to just brush it on and make as thin or thick as you want, and you're not wasting all that silicone. Now, this is a 20-ounce kit, 10 ounces of each, and it cost me $20, but I think there was a $2 off coupon, so it was $18. Now, I know that seems high, and it does, but if you're using less silicone rubber, then it really isn't that high, because you don't need as much. And the fact that it cures within 10 to 15 minutes, and then you can pour. Let me make sure, because I've watched some videos that does this. Let me make sure before I tell you that that's what it's saying on their paperwork. Okay. The mix ratio is A, B, 1:1, equal parts. Mix time is 3 minutes. Optimal workspace temperature 68 to 85. Full cure time 10 to 15 minutes. Hardness is 15A. Which will give you a fairly flexible mold, and I sort of like that. Curing time may change depending on the size and thickness. Well, of course it will. Do not use UV resin to fix your item. UV resin will affect the curing of silicone rubber. What does that mean? Do not use UV resin to fix your item. UV resin will affect the curing of silicone rubber. Well, you wouldn't use UV resin in the process of curing it anyway. Okay, I don't understand that. The mixing time should be controlled within 3 minutes, otherwise it will start to solidify before pouring. Not suitable for large items to make molds. Ensure a flat surface. I bought this just for the small little items, not for bigger items. Now, I have seen people make molds with that, with figurines. I would not do that. But, you do you. They're telling you not to use large molds with this. But ensure a flat surface. Tools used for mixing must be clean and free of water or oil stains. Scrape and mix thoroughly. Be sure to scrape the sides, bottom, and corners of the container and mix the materials thoroughly for at least 3 minutes. Avoid whipping excessive air into the mixture. The silicone rubber is very thick. Bubbles cannot be avoided during the stirring process. Surface stickiness. The surface may feel slightly sticky, which is normal. If the stickiness persists, extend the curing time and wait an additional 1 to 3 days. Okay, I don't like that. If the silicone freezes, allow it to return to room temperature before use. What is silicone poisoning? During the curing process of silicone, contact with certain substance causes the surface to become sticky, not cured, or incompletely cured, which is called silicone poisoning. How to avoid this from happening. Keep the operating environment clean and tidy and store in a sealed container after use. Keep the mixing container clean and free of water, dust, oil, etc. 3D printing resin materials contain non-environmentally friendly substances and may cause poisoning reactions. So don't do this with 3D printing resin materials. Do not come into contact with tin, phosphorus, mercury, sulfur, and other components containing NPS atoms or heavy metals. So don't do this on metal. The AB ratio may be added according to the weight ratio 1:1. Be sure to stir evenly. Not suitable for operations in sub-zero temperatures. Before adding colors, sequins, or other chemical substances, experiment to see if it will cure. Okay, now I'm wondering if they're talking about if the resin will cure inside the mold. If poisoning is found, soak the object to be remolded in soapy water overnight. More soap, less water. And then clean the surface with a brush, let it air dry, and try again. Weigh correctly. Mix the silicone rubber. Apply with a brush. A thin coat the first time. Apply additional layers until you get the thickness that you want. Step 5. Once the silicone is fully cured, carefully remove the item from the mold and trim the edges if necessary. Your mold is now ready to use for crafting more creations. And it shows this. And if I was somewhere where we had good ventilation or outside, I'd go ahead and do it. But I don't. I can't do that in the house. I'm not going to do this in the house. But this is something that we will be doing in the future. I really haven't done any kind of arts and crafts, and I miss it. And I'm about to go bonkers because sitting still is not something that I do. I am so tired of watching TV. I have been watching YouTube. I haven't watched YouTube. But you know what I'm watching? I'm not watching arts and crafts on YouTube. I'm watching travel. I'm watching travel shows on YouTube. I'm watching this one guy that goes to all these really expensive hotels and spends one night in the most expensive hotels around the world. And I'll tell you, I haven't seen any that he spent the night in that I would be willing to pay the amount of money that he pays. Okay, I got this off of Amazon too. I thought this would be a fun little thing that I would do maybe weekly. And it is an art die set. And then that way it comes in a little wooden box, which is pretty cool. There's the top, and it's backwards. Yes, the setup up here is just not as good. Wow, this big dice. That is real big dice. And then it comes with cards. And I'm hoping this is not just strictly for painting. I'm hoping this is for mixed media where I can incorporate this and, recycling, upcycling items and turning them into something new, treasure, I guess, that I get at Salvation Army or Dan brings home from the dump. But I don't know. Okay, let's read the instructions. I don't read the instructions, but it says this art die set includes 9 art dies, 17 art cards for art lovers, and 1 instruction card, which I'm reading now. Die stickers for you to personalize your own dice. Oh, that's cool. I don't see the stickers, but we'll keep looking. How to use the dice. Roll. Take one subject dice and roll it with all the others, or choose just a few dice to roll. Don't hesitate to re-roll for more possibilities. Embrace the role as it is, or use it as a creative springboard. Explore countless interpretations for each role. Create. Express your imagination through drawing or painting your role. Unleash your creativity and enjoy the process. I wonder if I could actually sort of change this up a little bit. Roll a few dice, such as setting, style, and subject. Set a timer for 3 minutes. Really? Within that brief time frame, create a piece through a quick drawing or painting. No way. That's not ever going to happen on my channel. There is no way that I could not create anything in 3 minutes. That's never going to happen. Kudos for whoever can do that. Demonstrate different art styles by rolling the style dice alongside other dice. Show how to create a piece using the specific style. You know what? I think we're going to just use them the way that, I don't know. This is not. Okay. No. Let's just figure out what this is. I do like. Okay. This is what they say right now. And I hope it's not backwards. Oh, it's so gonna be backwards, isn't it? Okay, I'll read them. It says building, impressionist, chalk pastels, bird, red, humor, outer space, flowers, hard, rough. That could apply to upcycling, recycling. So, okay. Then we're going to change the 3, and then you've got minimalist, markers or ink, sports, games. Wow, you have transportation, watercolors, impressionist. Then you have modern, pastels, food and drink. Then you have building, good gracious, acrylic paint, and abstract. I'm still on the same 3. Then you have dream. These are still the same 3. Graphite pencils, and surreal or fantasy. All those are in that first 3. Now I'm going to say that's the style. Those are the style dices. Hey, Ashley. And then these are going to be maybe the subject. I don't know. One says bird, red, humor. Then it says mammal, yellow, orange, love. One says fish, blue, happiness. One's a color of dice. Okay. One says green, sorrow, fantasy, animal, human, violet, and calm. And then anger, yellow, orange, and reptile. Okay, and the last 3 says outer space, flowers, and hard, rough, which I had already said. Seascape, river, lake, detailed. Indoors, plant, trees, soft, smooth, glassy, seashells, cityscape, outer space, flower. I've already said that. Landscape, something old, and zoom in or zoom out. Insect, and cityscape. No, still life portrait. Ooh, that ain't good. I don't do that either. Okay, so those are the dies. Y'all, if you know how to do this, put it in the comments below, because I don't have a clue. I just thought this would be fun. Element of art, line, shape, color. Element of art, value, form, texture, space. Shape. A two-dimensional area with a defined boundary. Have 2 dimensions. Organic shape. Irregular. Or something from nature. Okay, well that makes more sense. Color. Color mixing. Form. Sculpture can be viewed from many angles, or form has 3 dimensions. I don't know. I'm not too impressed with the cards. Illusion of space, detailed objects, overlapping, smaller in the distance, vantage point. This is all what you do anyway. See, this is not what I thought it was going to be. I mean, this is, I don't know, maybe these are like practice things, but this is not what. Maybe I can make my own cards up to go with the dice, because I don't like these cards. It's almost just like, oh, it's getting cloudy out there. I don't know. Mine always looks like that. I'm not good at faces. I don't know. Let me know what you think, or if you've used these before. This I do like, and this I think would be fun to roll a die, and where you could do the color. You could do the color. I did not get stickers, by the way. It said it was coming with stickers, so you could make your own die, and it did not come with stickers. There are no stickers in this for your own. I'm looking at it. But it is what it is. I could use the color die. And then what I need is I need to make a die with what I should be making. Whether it should be art, like, you know, a canvas, or if it should be an upcycle or recycle, or if it should be, you know, wood, or if that would be cool. So what I may do is take one of these die and change it over to where that would work. And then on the colors, you could roll the die, and then what you're going to be working on. And then you could do the style with that dice, and then you could do another one where if you had to, I would hate to have a reptile, but that would be sort of fun, and it would be sort of challenging too. So I think that I may change the dice. I wish it would have come with stickers, but it didn't, and you know, it is what it is. I can make little stickers. That's not a real issue. But let me know if you've ever used one of those. And it is getting gray out there. And this is probably going to be another really short video because I don't really, my foot is down right now and it's not supposed to be. And this wheelchair is not the most comfortable thing. So I don't really think I'm going to be doing any kind of, even if it's a fast slow watercolor. But I did want to show you those couple of things, and I did want to come on and say hello to let you know and keep you updated. My foot got really, really swollen and really, really red. The last picture, or the short, I think, that I posted, it got worse than that, and so that's why I went back to the doctor, and keeping it elevated works, and so I'm going to continue to do that. So I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to say thank you for watching. I hope your weekend was great, and I will let you know what the doctor says tomorrow. I'm hoping the next few days I can start doing a little bit more. I miss it. I really, really do, and I am so ready, and my patients are wearing thin. I know I need to do this, but I'm not doing well with patients right now. Thank you again, and I will keep you informed. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.